Have you ever heard a story that completely flips your expectations of who the hero is? Today, we re-diving into one of the most intense and surprising accounts in the entire Bible, the story of Jael and Sisera from the book of Judges. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a powerful narrative about courage, strategy, and deliverance coming from the most unexpected of places. So, grab your drink, get comfortable, and let's explore this incredible story together. To really understand what happens, we need to set the stage. The Israelites are in a tough spot. For 20 years, they've been oppressed by Jabin, the king of Canaan. His army commander is a man named Sisera, and he is feared throughout the land. Sisera has 900 iron chariots, the cutting-edge military technology of the day. The Israelites are overwhelmed, outmatched, and have been crying out to God for help. In this time of great distress, God raises up a leader. But it's not a king or a male warrior. It's Deborah, a prophetess and a judge. She holds court under a palm tree, and the people of Israel come to her for wisdom and guidance. She is the voice of God to the nation. One day, Deborah sends a message to a man named Barak. She tells him, "The Lord, the God of Israel, commands you. Go, take with you 10,000 men, and lead them to Mount Tabor. I will lead Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his troops to the Kishon River and give him into your hands." You'd think Barak would be thrilled, right? A direct command from God, delivered by his prophetess, with a promise of victory. But Barak hesitates. He tells Deborah, "If you go with me, I will go, but if you don't go with me, I won't go." He's looking for reassurance, perhaps a bit intimidated by the might of Sisera's army. Deborah agrees to go, but she gives him a stark warning. She says, "Certainly I will go with you. But because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman." At this point, everyone, including Barak, probably assumes she's talking about herself. But oh, how wrong they were. The battle begins. Barak and his 10,000 men descend from Mount Tabor. The Bible tells us that the Lord routed Sisera and all his chariots and army. It was a complete and total victory for the Israelites. The mighty Sisera, seeing his army in chaos, abandons his chariot and flees on foot. He is desperate, running for his life, trying to find a safe place to hide. And this is where our story takes its most dramatic turn. Sisera runs to the tent of a woman named Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. The Kenite were a nomadic group who had a peace treaty with King Jabin, so Sisera thought he would be safe there. He arrives at her tent, exhausted and terrified. Jael comes out to meet him. She doesn't seem alarmed. In fact, she's incredibly hospitable. She says, "Come, my lord, come right in. Don't be afraid." She invites him into her tent, a space traditionally off-limits to men who weren't family. Once inside, Sisera asks for a little water. He's thirsty from running. Jael goes above and beyond simple hospitality. Instead of water, she opens a skin of milk, a more nourishing and valuable drink, and gives it to him. Then she covers him with a blanket. Her actions seem to lull Sisera into a false sense of security. He feels safe. He even gives her an instruction: stand in the doorway of the tent. If someone comes by and asks you, "Is anyone here?" say no. He trusts her to protect him. Sisera, worn out from the battle and the flight, and now warm and full from the milk, falls into a deep sleep. He thinks he's found a sanctuary. He believes Jael is his ally. But Jael has other plans. She is not an ally to the oppressor of God's people. While he sleeps, she quietly takes a tent peg, one of the long, sharp stakes used to secure the tent to the ground, and a hammer. These are the tools of her daily life, the tools of a woman living in a nomadic culture. She knows how to use them with skill and strength. With silent determination, Jael approaches the sleeping commander. This is the man whose iron chariots terrorized her people's allies for 2 decades. This is the man who represented brutal oppression. And in a moment of shocking, decisive action, she drives the tent peg through his temple and into the ground. It was an act of incredible bravery and resolve. The mighty Sisera, the feared commander, is defeated not on the battlefield by an army, but in a tent by one woman with household tools. Shortly after, Barak arrives, still in hot pursuit of Sisera. Jael goes out to meet him and says, "Come, I will show you the man you're looking for." She leads him into her tent, and there he sees Sisera, lying lifeless with the tent peg through his temple. Deborah's prophecy had come true, but in a way no one could have ever predicted. The honor of victory over Sisera didn't go to Barak, the military leader. It went to Jael, a woman who saw an opportunity to act for deliverance and took it. After this event, Deborah and Barak sing a song of victory, which is recorded in Judges chapter 5. A significant part of this song is dedicated to praising Jael. It says, "Most blessed of women be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, most blessed of tent-dwelling women." Her action isn't just recorded, it's celebrated. She's hailed as a hero who used what she had, her wits, her courage, and her everyday tools, to bring about a great victory for God's people. So what can we take away from this intense story? First, it shows us that God can use anyone, from any walk of life, to accomplish his purposes. He used Deborah, a female judge, to lead the nation. And he used Jael, a tent-dwelling woman, to deliver the final blow to the enemy. Your background, your gender, your social status, none of it limits what God can do through you. Second, it's a story about courage in the face of fear. Jael was not a soldier. She faced the most powerful military commander in the region, a man on the run and likely very dangerous. But she didn't let fear paralyze her. She acted with boldness and precision. It reminds us that sometimes we have to face our fears and take decisive action to stand for what is right. And finally, Jael used what she had. She didn't have a sword or a spear. She had a tent peg and a hammer. She used the ordinary tools of her life to do something extraordinary. It's a powerful lesson for us. What are the tent pegs and hammers in our own lives? What skills, resources, or opportunities has God placed in our hands? Maybe they seem small or ordinary, but in God's plan, they can be used for incredible things. The story of Jael and Sisera is a raw and challenging one, but it's a vital part of the biblical narrative. It shatters our preconceived notions and shows us a God who works in mysterious and unexpected ways, often through the most unexpected people. It's a testament to the fact that courage and faith can be found in any heart, ready to rise up at the appointed time. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredible story today. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive into more fascinating stories from the Bible, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Jael's story in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.